I'd like to make a larger statement and you tell me the vibrational accuracy of it.
Yeah.
The experience I'm having and the perception I'm having is that I'm a physical body in a physical world. Some portion of solar spirit comes into this body and looks out and navigates the world. That's the experience. But what's actually happening...
Well, can we clarify as you go along just a little bit? So you're the one that is looking out, but that non-physical part of you is looking out with you. But you are the definer and the chooser of the direction of the focus. Your inner being is not choosing that for you. Your inner being is backing up what you choose.
Yes. And is that occurring because what's actually scientifically occurring here is everything is within my own consciousness, including what appears to be a body looking out, but like this is all of reality, my own consciousness.
But let's not discount what you're perceiving. You could say, is this all an illusion? Well, that would not be an inaccurate statement, but a more accurate statement is this is vibration that is focused and witnessed by physical focusers, and the perception that results is a reality that is undeniable.
So you're suggesting to not kind of care about the mechanism or the platform through which this is happening, but to really play with the experience.
We'd like it that you want to know that. In other words, the more that you want to know, the more you'll put into it that will make it satisfying for you. In other words, it's like when something comes to you because you wanted it, and well, like the blue glass and butterflies and feathers for Esther. She really didn't care about any of those things, but it was fascinating that she knew it was active in her vibration, and that then it came into her experience. And so when life causes you to care about something and you're able to focus upon the essence of what it is, not the absence of it, it's like every subject is two subjects, like a stick with two ends on it, wanted on one end and the absence of it on the other. And so many people think they're talking about money when they're talking about not having any, or they think they're talking about love when they're really feeling lonely. And so once you are able to feel yourself, start again. The only way that you're able to really know which end of the stick you are calibrated to is by doing it, because words don't teach. We're making it, we think, a little easier for you as we tell you why you feel what you feel. In other words, most people are calibrating to other humans, meaning I want you to like me, and I see you frowning when I do that and smiling when I do this, so I'll do more of this than that because I want the feeling of belonging from somewhere. But calibrating to humans is it's not stable, while calibrating to your inner being, who is always knowing everything about you, is stable. And once you begin to recognize that your emotions are letting you know that you've calibrated to that source, to that energy which is focused upon your pure desires, and which is the only way that you can know that you're not contradicting your pure desire with logic or memory or influence from others, you can get stubbornly sure of yourself. And when you are, the entire universe backs you up. And then things manifest that were not logical to your former perspective. Esther says frequently to the people who love her most, that are up close to her, when they want to hold her to something that she said before, that was the old me, I've evolved. In other words, I've opened new loops, and I've calibrated to that, and that was a part of things working out for me. In other words, it's through that you continue to clarify. That's why there's no question that's ever off limits. If a question is formulated within you, we know for sure that we can give you a satisfying response to it. And And the response is equal to the degree of your ability to understand it and allow it. And so that's why we'd like it when you want to know how all of this works to a point. Then we just like you to demonstrate it to yourself in a sort of attitude of it's physics. It's like everything else. There's nothing that we are teaching about these universal laws that isn't evident in every day of the science and the physics that you're all exploring and understanding.
Last question in that line is long periods of meditation and defining meditation as opening focus to nothingness, or every time the mind wanders, bringing it back to like a fan, like you say, or blackness or something. I've been playing with that for extended periods and realizing it seems to kind of cause no real exhilaration or thrill in emotions or in the reality experience, and the focus seems to really be the thrill is, even if it's something I don't really care about, like blue glass. I'm starting to catch on to be like, wow, what I focus on really is powerful.
Well, manifestations are so exhilarating because you came into a physical environment intending to turn thoughts to things. And so we get it that it can feel sort of boring. It's happening, blah, 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 blah. How do I get the money out of the vortex and into the bank, Abraham? That's what I want to know. How do I get my boyfriend in my bed? How do I get the car in the garage? In other words, how do I get it? Because when it's on its way, it's not that thrilling unless you understand the physics of this, and you are recognizing the increase in your ability to focus, and you are understanding that thoughts are manifestations too, and ideas that come to you are manifestation too, and rendezvous that happen. In other words, once you understand that thoughts are turning to things, and that things are working out for you, and that you can feel when you're on the path of the unfolding and you are enjoying watching it and witnessing it, then the best thing happens. Then it's not, that Esther bought a new Cadillac Escalade the other day, and she was happy for about a week. And now it's just sort of a new car, but it didn't give her any big thrill for very long. And most manifestations are like that. It's like you want it, and then when you manifest it, all the flavors chewed out of it, so to speak. And that's why we're talking about the new loops that are opening, the new things that are opening, because that's where your juices are flowing. And so to realize that a new desire is hatched within you, or an idea about something is hatched, and then to focus upon that and bask in it and milk it and feel it, really feel it, and then to know that you have adjusted your point of attraction by your focus. And the reason you know that you have accomplished that is because now the ideas are increasing and the rendezvous are increasing, and so you're witnessing it's not manifesting yet in the final way that you want it to, but it's happening. And to get to be the perceiver of that is what life is about. That's we want so much for you to be on that wavelength, because otherwise it's like something manifests, yippee, and then bored, lifeless, limp, not that happy, blah, 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 blah. But if you hatched the thought and know it, and then focused on purpose and know it, and then got out of focus with it and know it, and brought yourself back into focus and know it, and then begin to watch you start to connect the dots between what happens next. It's like molding the clay. It's like everything feels like an adventure. Nothing feels like a challenge. You begin to say, if this time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire a desire within me, it has the wherewithal to deliver the goods. But I'm not just going to be happy once the goods are delivered. I'm going to enjoy the process along the way, just like an artist or a creator of any kind that is molding something. I want to go back to your comment about meditation, because we teach meditation in this way. When you ask, it's set into motion. It's really done. When you ask for something, there is a doneness about it that you can't perceive yet unless you've been practicing this. But it is done. You ask and it is done. because you ask and your inner being focused upon it, and the cooperative components that are being attracted by an inner being who has no resistance, it happens instantaneously. Yeah, we're saying that to you. If you ask for something with no resistance, it would happen to you instantaneously. The whole enchilada could happen to you instantaneously. But in the meantime, so you ask, your inner being knows what you're asking for, focuses upon it with no resistance, and the cooperative components are all now lined up. The signal is offered, and everything in the universe that matches that is on its way for you to perceive if you're in the vicinity. And oh, what fun it is to be in that vicinity, because you're in this new loop, new loop, new loop, new loop, new loop phase of your life most of the time. The actual thought turning to a thing is a very brief here and there thing. And so that's why we want you to like being in on the unfolding and the guiding. You can speed it up or slow it down. You can clarify it or muddy the waters. You can do whatever you want with it. And the law of attraction won't let you down. It will deliver to you exactly what you're doing. You begin to feel like a maestro that can make any orchestra play, like a master that can make anything happen. You begin to understand the power of your influence. You begin to focus in ways that, because there's no resistance in your output, that things come to you fast. And then people notice that and they want to know. And it's hard to explain it to them. We talk a lot, but you got to show it to yourself. You got to want it and get out of the way. And that's what meditation is. It's the step 3 part, because you've asked and source is all over it. But when you meditate and quiet your mind, when you stop thought, you stop resistant thought. And when you stop resistant thought, now you're not in the way of what you've asked for. So now it may be obvious to you, and it doesn't need to come in meditation. You don't sit in meditation waiting for the clues to come. You sit in meditation practicing the feeling of non-resistance. And once you get the hang of non-resistance, then you ask and then you notice things. You're not supposed to need patience. You just point and trust and relax and achieve, and then go again and again and again and again and again. You didn't come to suffer or to deprive yourself, and you didn't come to show off, and you didn't come to compete with others. You came because you know that all things are possible, and you wanted to decide what things that are possible you wanted to experience up close and personal.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. Appreciate it.
Really good. Really good.